All right. Galliano, tell us about Boxable.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. We are Boxable, and we have a new way to build housing that we think is going to be faster, cheaper, and the goal is to mass produce the most affordable housing ever done. So we've got a new building system with a whole bunch of new technology to basically mass produce houses in a factory, kind of the same way they produce automobiles and everything else. When I first met Tim, it was just me and my dad in a garage with a prototype, and I think I put on an entertaining show for him.
You
And
really did. And
yeah,
I think it got very high ratings, that Meet the Drapers episode.
nice. Yeah, and then since then we've just repeatedly delivered and executed on the vision, and now I'm sitting in front of our factory, which is factory
Oh, the
one.
last time I saw it was completely empty.
Yep, that's right. That's
And
right.
now, have you made a house out of it yet?
We've produced hundreds of houses now, and we are just actually opened factory two. We produce just two houses per day right now out of this one. The initial product is the Casita, so that's kind of a 20 by 20 room with a kitchen, bath, bed, couch, like a little studio apartment. And since we announced that product, we've gotten like crazy interest levels on it. So we now have a wait list that has over 160,000 names for that product, and it's just been insane. But the vision for the company goes far beyond the little Casita that people will notice on the website. Eventually, we'll have a building system where we mass produce different size rooms with different interiors that stack and connect to build any apartment or any single family building. And the most important innovation we have here, and you'll see this if you check out our website, is that the house actually folds up so it can ship. And shipping is important because it allows us to actually scale up production of housing so that we can have true mass production. Because of course, people do build houses in factory right now, but the houses are big, obviously, so they're very expensive and difficult to ship. So it's they kind of lose all the efficiencies and all the cost savings that they get from doing it in the factory back to the shipping. And so, our room modules, they're big 20-foot wide rooms, but they fold up to 8.5 feet wide, so they can ship at the lowest possible cost, and they're still finished. So kitchen, bathroom, electrical, plumbing, all that stuff is done. And so the shipping was like the first innovation we needed for it to make sense. But beyond that, we have a lot more going on as well. All different building materials, all different manufacturing methods. So we're not building these houses using traditional stuff. We've reinvented it in order to make it compatible with mass production, in order to increase the ratings like energy, fire. So the buildings we have are better than a traditional building. And additionally, the re-engineering has dramatically reduced the number of parts in the build, so it's way faster for us to produce. And we're still running with the first version of product that we drew up before having actually built anything. But now, after about 18 months in production, we've learned a lot, and we have a big team now. So we're about to transition into the next gen of the product. We're about to install about $15 million in manufacturing equipment. And once that all comes together later this year, we're going to focus on ramping up and producing more and more. And then, meanwhile, in the background, we are planning to build the world's largest house factory ever done. So trying to basically go out here in the desert. We're here in Las Vegas, and set up a $1 billion house factory that would be like absolutely massive and game changing, and allow us to really push down all the costs on the labor and the materials, and get all these efficiencies that you see with automobile makers. Because most car factories, like a Ford or a Tesla factory, they put out 1 car per minute. That's just standard operating procedure. And we think that should work with housing, and we think our product will make that possible with housing.
You sell a Casito now, excuse me, 20 by 20. How much do you sell that for?
So the last price we sold it was $60,000, and we're currently delivering to a workforce housing project in Arizona. It's a copper mine, and They're basically doing 2 stories. So it's four casitas and then another 4 stacked on top with like a central staircase. So that's a 200 unit order. And then, beyond that, we have another big order from D.R. Horton's, one of our investors. They're the largest home builder in the United States. And then after that, we'll see which customers we pick next. Like I mentioned, we have that big wait list.
So the home builder, what they do is they buy a bunch of land and then they go to you and say, look, we need 500 houses or something. And then they place them on the land. Are there any consumers that just say, look, I want a house and I got land and send me a house?
Yeah. So when we were thinking about where we would start with the company, we had envisioned this building system that can build most buildings, but we said, let's start with the smallest room module and target that towards backyard accessory dwelling units. So in places like California and elsewhere, they've really changed all the laws to encourage those types of buildings. So that was the original idea, to start with the Casita, was to target it towards ADUs in places like Los Angeles or San Diego, where they have huge demand for this kind of new product. But we ended up with these big customers. The first one was the United States Military Department of Defense. That was our first customer for 156 houses. That got us going. Now we have this copper mine in Arizona, and then eventually we'll roll out to kind of individual customers. But for now, we're just trying to keep it simple and focused.
Yeah, and when it's individual customers, they've got to. You can't just ship a house. You got to plug it into the grid and into the sewage and into the. A lot of things have to happen to make it all actually work like a house, right? So what?
Yeah.
Have you got that down to a system, or is it just like, hey, we build the house, you got to find the plumbing, you got to find the electrical?
So that's definitely a really big part of it. And because of the nature of houses, there's always a certain amount of kind of site prep work that needs to be done, permits that need to be had. So there's pretty much always going to be a builder or developer as kind of a middleman in the deal, and they're going to do that setup for the customer. But from their perspective, our product dramatically shortens their build cycle. They're going from maybe 6 months to build a house down to 1 month. They're going from dozens of subcontractors down to just a few guys. They're saving money and time and headaches. So we think we're going to love it. And when you look at big builders like D.R. Horton, right now, that's their business model. They are general contractors. They subcontract out all their jobs to build these large communities. And they're looking at us. And the reason they invested in us is, we're taking this huge pain in the ass headache and just, it's all off their plate now. And 90% of all the work happens in our factory where it belongs and where we can get it really efficient, really low cost. And the goal of the company is to have the lowest cost housing solution ever by a lot. And we want to scale that up. And what we have here is an opportunity to change one of the biggest markets industries in the entire world. This is trillions of dollars all around the world. This is a very old school where we're currently building things with hand tools out on site. It's madness. If you imagined any other product being delivered like that, like imagine you order a car and some guys show up with sheet metal and welding torches in your driveway, it would seem crazy, but that's what they're doing with houses. So we just think this is a huge opportunity, and we're getting closer and closer every day to proving we can build housing cheaper and faster than anyone else without compromise. And we think that at a certain point, things are going to flip and resources are just going to flow in to scale this thing.
So the last time I talked to you, I asked what are the problems that you've run into, and that I think you had only shipped about 20 houses at that time. And there was some leakage and some other issues that you had to face. How have you faced those? What are the new problems? What are you seeing now?
Yeah, so the big issue right now, which is almost resolved, is our approvals. So we have to go through, a huge amount of regulatory burdens to make this happen. And frankly, our product doesn't really fit into the existing understanding or regulations or methods that things are done by. So it's a little different. But we're getting there. We should have our first state, Arizona, modular approval soon, and then the rest of the states will be relatively straightforward to copy that process. Are
are you just doing the US or are you building houses internationally?
Well, we do have a plan to scale internationally, and that's by bringing on partner factories, like kind of like a franchise or license deal. We think that at a certain point, we're going to prove everything out in this first factory here, and then we're going to be able to say, here's the formula, it works, here's the proof. Now take this and replicate it in other countries. And the same principles that will make the product the best choice and the lowest cost here in this country, that will apply overseas. And we actually have a huge amount of interest in that coming from very big players, because of course, housing is a huge issue all over the world.
And $60,000 is what you sell it for. How much does it cost you to make?
So we're not profitable right now, but we think we have a clear path towards that. Right now, roughly, raw materials is about there's maybe like about $35,000 each. Then you have, labor and overhead. We expect that towards the end of this year that we will bump into profitability, especially once this new equipment is installed and this next generation of the product, because we just have so many improvements coming across the board, from the engineering to the material sourcing, the reduction of labor based on automation. And really what we're manufacturing right now is the same product that my father, Paolo, Kyle, and myself designed before having done anything for real. And we just said, like, all right, we're gonna pick this stuff, we're gonna buy it, and hopefully it all fits together and works. And it did, and we're still running with that. But now we've had over a year of doing it for real, with an actual big team and all our combined brain power. So we're super excited for how we transition into the next generation later this year and how that shifts everything into place. And I think if we do kind of achieve profitability this early on, it's extraordinarily, impressive and significant, because in manufacturing operations like this, that doesn't usually happen. Like, look at like a new manufacturing startup, like maybe Tesla or something. I think it took them 10 years to get to profitable. So